Hey, what's up, everybody? Got kind of a controversial topic to talk about with the coronavirus. Dutch Mendenhall here, and I just wanted to share with you some things that have been going on in my life, and I bet you're dealing with the same stuff that I've been dealing with. And I don't want to call it crap. I don't want to call it something else because it is very real. And you have this thing going on in America where, on the one side, you have these people that think that the coronavirus is the second coming of Christ and it's going to kill and murder, 100 million people worldwide, and it's disastrous. And on the other hand, you have these people that have the conspiracies that it's no worse than the common cold, right? And so you have this place where I'm not either one of those, so I get stuck in the middle all the time. I want my family to take it seriously, and then I have family members who don't take it seriously. And then I see people who are taking it over the top seriously. And so I get into this conversation, and then I get the people who are conspiracy theories. They send me videos about this doctor saying this or this person saying that, right? And I go and look at those videos because I want to take into their ideas, I want to take in their thoughts, and I want to take it seriously. And one of the biggest challenges I have, sometimes the people who don't think it's real, right, come from I've just had this experience, maybe you haven't, but they've come from this like crazy high and mighty place, like the rest of us are idiots. And the thing is I'm not an epidemiologist, I'm not a virologist, I'm not a whatever one of those words are. But I'm a person who just looks at things and just says, here's what I believe, here's what I'm seeing. And so, like, for example, one of them sent me a video about these doctors in Bakersfield, right? And these doctors in Bakersfield went on for like this 30-minute to an hour, diatribe about the coronavirus. And let me make this clear, is I believe we should open up the economies. I believe we should open up businesses, and businesses need to run. Now, a lot of businesses have to make adjustments to do things tremendously differently. But at the same time, I think as people, we need to be responsible in protecting others. Lots of times, I try to protect my family and others more than I am worried about myself. And so I get into this thing where, anyways, back to these Bakersfield doctors, right? So I see them do this long video, and one of their big analogies was Norway versus Sweden, and how Sweden was not locking anything down, and Norway was locking everything down, and how they had the same statistical numbers. Well, I actually watched the video 3 weeks after it happened, so I went in and looked at Norway and Sweden's statistics on the coronavirus, right? And Norway is now mopping the floor with Sweden, and Sweden's a country that is under siege, and Norway was a country that has some of the least deaths in the entire world. And so their complete theory was debunked. And then I go and look at, some of the other things they said, and I was reading through their statistics, and I'm mapping their statistics, and none of their statistics make sense. And then I listen to the video, and they work in hospitals, and they own hospitals, and their hospitals don't have a lot of patients, so they're coming from a business standpoint, is they want life to turn back to normal so their businesses can run, which I respect and I can stand behind. But the video came from, to me, a place not of what's right and what's proper. It came from a place of what they needed, right? And oftentimes in life we have to act selfish, right? But at the same time, we have to put our families, we have to put our businesses, and I want them to flourish as businesses, but I couldn't believe behind what they were saying. And so now I'm the person who's breaking down what the people who believe this is just a common cold believe, and so now I'm the bad guy. But on the other hand, I don't believe it's quite as bad as what some people believe, but I just go and look at numbers. And so I go through this process, and I get stuck in the middle between this, because I also don't believe it's something that we have to be 100% on lockdown. I don't believe when you go out on a jog and a run that you have to wear a mask and necessarily protect yourself. I don't believe that the virus is floating through the air and suddenly people are getting infected. And I also believe, I have Randall, my business partner, his father got it, and a lot of people from his nursing home got it, and nobody really got sick at all, which is crazy. Are they mistested maybe? I don't know. Because I also look at the body bags in New York City and say, you're filling up storage units, trucks with body bags. That's not fake. That's real. People are dying, and it's nasty. And so there's just a whole lot I don't know. And so my thing is I don't know. So I'm going to protect my family. I'm going to protect the people that I come into contact with by trying to respect their health and wellness. And that's just the decision I made. And I just ask others to do the same, right? And I think if you go to the extreme and you say it's just a common cold, or you go to the extreme and say it's going to kill the world, I think you're out on the far reaches of this thing. I think it's serious. I think people are getting sick. Another thing that really bothers me too is I hear this thing all the time where people say it's only affects old people. It only affects people with pre-existing conditions. What, in America, at some point in time, we stopped caring about our elders? We stopped caring about the people that brought us into this world, the people that laid the framework for the lives we have now? We stopped caring about somebody who's disabled or has a challenge, right? I mean, what kind of world do you live in right now that's not a serious, important thing? That we're not taking leaps and bounds? And so, you go back and watch my videos. Go back and watch them from last year. Go watch them in January, February. You'll see that a lot of things that I said about this thing that I predicted have come true. All the way up to the protests, all the way up to the riots. I said it wasn't going to be Corona that caused the protests and riots, but because of Corona, it was going to be like a powder keg, a fuse that was going to go. What I'm saying is respect each other. Respect the people who believe that it's not so much worse, but those people need to respect that the rest of us are trying to protect ourselves and keep ourselves safe. And the thing is, I don't know that they're right or wrong. And I don't know. And so based on the people that I've seen die in my own life, I have investors who have passed away and died. I have investors' mother who passed away and died. I have investors' mother who got it, was sick, and got better. And I have my business partner's dad who got it and didn't show any more symptoms, right? So these are the things that we're all dealing with in this world. And, share what your experience is, share what your thought is, but don't be a hater. Don't go in there and act righteous and self-righteous with the thing, right? Share kind of what your experience, what you're going through, because we're all going through this thing, right? And we're just trying to live and survive. So share, like, our stuff, but more than that, forget that on this one, just comment. Comment about stuff that you're dealing with the coronavirus. And which side of the fence are you on? Or if you're like me and you're somewhere in the middle where I believe some of the stuff with that the government's overpaying for people that have coronavirus, and so hospitals are inclined to push more cases of coronavirus. And on the other hand, I believe that it's serious and that people, are sick and that there's people dying and they need to be protected and we need to respect that. If you're like me in the middle, maybe share that. If you're on the left or the right, share that too. But don't hate and don't come from a righteous place. Comment, and we'll see you on the next Tribe video.